Let's go live. Holy moly, I'm trying to get everything going here. My phone's going off and all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. I am Paramom USA, and you are at Lindy's Treehouse. Can y'all see me? It's coming on right now. My phone's going dingy, 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 dingy. Welcome. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I am here every. I'll get it together. Holy moly! Let's start this over again. Yes, we got Scooby in the house. Welcome, Scooby Doo. Scooby gets the lazy boy chair tonight because he was the first one in the chat. Congratulations, Scooby Doo. And Mr. Bill's in the house. Come on up to the treehouse, guys. Scooby, grab that lazy boy. And we got Mr. Bill gets the beanbag tonight. He gets the beanbag. Scooby gets the lazy boy. What's going on, everybody? How are you? How was your day? How was your week? We got so much to talk about tonight. So many things. I get, when the show first starts, you get excited, and I'm trying to got to hit all these little buttons, live stream, hit the live. You're down to 2 seconds and everything. It's pretty intense. Anybody who does streaming, like me and Scooby, knows that right before showtime, you want to make sure that you get everything right. I almost forgot to turn the volume down on my phone, and I did that at the last second. So I had to. So if you're wondering what this get out, whatever you call it is, it's Earth Day. So we're celebrating Earth Day. I know it was yesterday. I'm 1 day late. It's okay. I thought it'd be fun to do the theme for Earth Day. So you can put ladybugs or bumblebees or whatever in the chat tonight, flowers, because we're going to talk some Earth Day. Yeah, I thought it'd be really fun. So I found all these beads, and they are all like the Earth Day colors, of the earth, right? So I put these beads on, me. I tell you what, when you have to do live stream, every week you got to get creative, right? And when I saw it was Earth Day, I was like, that's perfect. That's the theme I'm going to do. So then I have my cool hat here, which I wore backwards because my Earth Day hat, because if I put it the other way, it's going to be pushing on my glasses and stuff. So it was easier and I can see a little better. So I did that. And then I have these fancy-wancy, cute little, I guess it's a fox. So I thought it was appropriate for Earth Day, the colors and everything, and then my green shirt. So just having fun with it, right? Yeah. So put the earth on there. I see Flyer Bill, he put the flower and the earth on there. That looks really good. I like that. Really cool. So yeah, I saw, like I said, I thought Earth Day, that'd be great to do the show. Earth Day. So it's a lovely 74 degrees today. I took the garbage out. Usually I take the garbage out in the morning, after I go on my bike and all that. Or before I go on my bike, I usually take the garbage out. So tonight I was like, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I guess. So it's like 6 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and take my garbage out now. Proceed to go down the elevator like I do, I got this down, okay, in the building. Get it? I got this down. So, the elevator thing, it's pretty cool. And so I go, take my garbage out. Well, a lot of people have doggies in this building, a lot. And so there's this one lady, she's got this freaking big dog, Muttley looking dog, right? And she's about 10 feet away from, I'm coming up the sidewalk, and she's just standing on the grass, and the dog, of course, it's barking, barking. And she's glaring at me or whatever, and she's holding the dog, and all that. like I'm going to go over there and pet the dog, like, oh, what a cute puppy, take my arm off or something, but I had to laugh because she's just looking at me really funny. And I just glaring at me. And I'm like, I ain't touching your dog. Okay. I ain't touching your dog. So as I'm proceeding to walk in the building, then there's this other guy that I call him the Grim Reaper because he's really creepy. He always walks out and God knows what he's smoking, and he's got his big old hood on. He's just a kid, but still got the big old hood, his hoodie on and everything. You know how these kids, they wear it like this. So I call him the Grim Reaper because he never smiles, It's just, this is really creepy. So we kind of passed each other when I was coming into the building. So I hurried up and got on and jumped on that elevator, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm thinking next time I will take my garbage out in the morning when there's, people already have already, or mid-morning, whatever, people already walk their dogs and all that stuff. So it's the perks of living, apartment living, right? That's what it is. But honestly, you know me, I love it up here. And as you notice behind me, what I put on the wall today, and I think this is a cool backdrop for the show, right? This picture right here. Y'all recognize that picture? Can you see it? When I went on my first, that's when I went on my first tandem with Eric Lear. We miss you, Eric. Cancer sucks, right? Cancer sucks. We lost Eric to cancer last year. Eric was my pilot, and JD Lear helped me too, helped me get me up in the air. And you saw my videos and stuff, but yeah, I thought I'd bring it out and hang it on the wall so everybody could, could see this picture. So I absolutely love it. Actually, my daughter-in-law framed the picture and everything last year and gave it to me for Christmas. So very, very, very cool. I'm very blessed. And the picture means so much to me, like every time I look at it, because you can see the reaction on my face when I just landed, because you can tell, the lines are all in front and everything. And the what do I want to say? The wing is all in front of me and everything. It was quite an experience. And I know I've talked about 100 times, but pretty appropriate for Earth Day, right? Because when I got up in the sky and for the first time went up in the air like I did, and you were flying over the trees and yep, Flyer Bill, he put the little emoji in there with the paramotor wing and all that stuff. Yeah, you're up in the air and flying over the trees and flying over Torch Lake and then Lake Michigan and seeing the whole thing, was just breathtaking. It was a beautiful day to go up in the air. And I'll never forget it, and so good subject for Earth Day, right? Because like I said, just like Scooby says, you have to experience it yourself to, see what it feels like, because it's hard. You can't explain it because everybody experiences, it different when you get up in the air on that paramotor. And it's something that, I'll never forget. And I'll never, Eric was so patient with me, get me up in the air. And just like JD said, he probably couldn't hear for like 3 days because I was yelling so loud, because I was so excited. I wasn't yelling because I was scared. I was just, the adrenaline was just crazy up there. And I was just yelling. I was just like, I did it. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and I was crying. I was laughing because it was amazing. It was amazing. So anyway, come on in, chatters. Climb up the treehouse. I've got the snacks going there, sitting around in the treehouse. I've got the refrigerator full of snacks and drinks for y'all. So everybody just, take a chair, whatever. We already know that Scooby's got the lazy boy. I say hi to Munchkin. I love you, Munchkin girl. I'm glad you're here tonight too. I know you're here in the background and all that stuff. But it's already April 23rd. I can't believe I'm already on show 95 because I always keep you informed every Thursday when I do my Lindy's Treehouse and I'm Paramount USA, just in case anybody's just turning on the TV and seeing, oh, who's this lady? Who's this crazy lady with wearing all the beads, the beads on her and stuff. But it is Earth Day, and we're celebrating Earth Day. Hi, Will Fly. I'm so excited to be here tonight. I have to keep going on my I have to keep going on my book here, right? Write down all my chatters. Welcome, everybody. I'm so happy you're here tonight. I really appreciate it. But anybody who's listening or just joined in, turn the TV on, turn your phone on, all your devices, as I call it. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the like button and the notification button so you don't miss a show. Right? Right. So, got that out of the way. But yeah, this is the whole get up is for Earth Day. So that's why if you're just getting on there seeing what is she all wearing, this is it. This is it. I even like on my phone, I even changed the font on my phone so I could read it better and see the chat better. And I think it looks a lot better. So Scooby says, Will in the house. That's right. Will is in the house. So it is Earth Day, like I said, and we're just going to kind of go through the show here. I got all kinds of stuff to share with y'all tonight. You know, I make my notes all day and figuring out what we're going to talk about and all that good stuff. Tell me how your weather was. Will Fly says, Linda, did you hurt your hand? No, these are, it's Earth Day. So I brought out my favorite Earth Day gloves, and they're foxes. I guess you call them foxes, right? Don't they look like little foxes on here? So that's why I have these gloves on, see, because we're celebrating Earth Day and the beads. Yeah, it's okay, Will. Will says, oh, never mind, they're gloves. Yeah. So see, everybody, I didn't hurt my hand or anything. I just put this on for Earth, like I said, for Earth Day. I thought it'd be fun just to have fun with that. And then, my hat, I usually have my cowboy hat on, but today I have my Earth Day hat on and the beads, and I have my Earth Day hat turned around because if I put it the other way with the rim, it smashes my glasses, blah, 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 So, but yeah, and I got the TV on because I'm such a weather guru, right? And there's a lot of intense storms going on, like tornadoes, crazy, in Oklahoma and Kansas and Missouri, and holy moly. So prayers to all those people, right? It's because the storm chasers are out there chasing those storms tonight. I think we're supposed to get some rain and everything, but yeah. So we'll kind of get on with the news. We'll do the news to me or however I do it. I changed it up a little bit tonight. We're gonna just have fun. So on a sad note, y'all, how many of you put in there if you watch Storage Wars? I used to love watching that show. Y'all watch Storage Wars? That's a good show. That was a good. You can still watch it, of course. I can watch it if I want to on Tubi. On my Tubi TV, I think Storage Wars was on there or something for free. Some of those old, sitcoms or whatever. But yeah, that guy Daryl Sheets. It said he died from a gunshot wound, suicide, and he lived in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I looked up. I'm like, Daryl, I remember Daryl. Yeah, it's so sad. Wasn't there another guy? Wasn't there? There was another one too that. What's it say? Not any longer. No. And then there was another guy too, right? That committed suicide or just something that was on that show. That was years ago, I think. But the younger guy, whatever, who's married to that pretty girl or whatever. I think that's what it was. But yeah, I was like, wow, you never know what's going on, right? In somebody's head. It's very, very sad, very, very sad. I'm just blessed, with the life that I have, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, right? Because I worked too hard to get where I'm at right now, right? Right. And I'm, like I said, I'm enjoying life more than ever. And I've got my YouTubers and YouTuber land that watch me every week. Even if you don't jump in the chat, I know you're viewing it. And I really appreciate the views, and I appreciate all my subscribers. I always tell you that because I want people, to feel appreciated, right? And, that's why I've always followed other people's shows, and I always encourage them because I want to see people succeed. I want to see people succeed too. I'm not in competition with anybody. The only person I'm in competition with is myself. Okay. So just remember that, the only person you're in competition with is you, and how you can make the world better. Right. So, yeah, so that's pretty much that part. Now they're saying because of all the because of the weather, right? We had a lot of snow, a lot of rain. I mean, a lot of snow this year and everything. Well, now if you're out there a lot and you have doggies, which I know that Will Fly has dogs, and so does Bill. That the tick season's really bad this year, and it's saying tick bites, ER visits hit a decade as high as Michigan Lyme disease surge. So people, the ticks are out there, and be careful with your doggies. I mean, they're everywhere, right? They don't pick a certain state to live in or whatever. They don't care. As long as there's, like a lot of water and stuff, I guess, kind of thing. And grass, because they live in the grass, right? And since we had all that snow, and then rain, and the grass grows, then the ticks grow in the grass. So it's pretty yucky. And even when I was in Arizona, I didn't have in our backyard when I had my half-acre lot, half-acre ranch, my little farm. We didn't really have grass in the backyard, in the back, but the neighbors next door did. And if if you don't spray or do anything with your grass or with your lawn, guess where the ticks end up? They end up in everybody else's yard, right? So yeah, you want to keep that grass cut or whatever to keep the ticks from getting on your animals and stuff, because man, it's yuck. I remember the first time when I moved, my first husband, we first moved to Arizona, and we rented a house in a cute little cul-de-sac, right? And Robert was just a baby. And he was just like 2 years old then or whatever. We got into our little rental house in Arizona, and we started moving our stuff in. Well, we had just freshly kind of moved from Michigan, right? Because Robert was born in Michigan. So we had just freshly kind of moved from Michigan to Arizona. And because that's where my ex's parents lived, they have passed on since then. But I remember we were in the house and we saw these little dots. They look like little dots on the wall, and we're like, what the heck? What are these things on the wall? We didn't know. And sure enough, we kind of find out we had to have an exterminator come and bomb the house, right? And they were ticks. There were ticks all in the house. And I am surprised that, the people that we rented the house from or whatever didn't exterminate that house before we got in there, right? Gross. So yeah, I remember we had to take off for the whole day because they had to exterminate. They had to bomb the house for ticks. It was awful. So Yeah, they're not fun. They're not fun. So, what else? What else? What else? So I had to share that yucky story, the ticks, but I don't have to worry about that because I just have my Molly, and I don't have to worry about the bugs, up here. Pretty much, they've got an exterminator that is going to start coming through in the summer or whatever, because this is our first summer here, so got the AC going. It's super nice. It's just super nice. So I had to laugh because I watched my show last week on my TV, and it's so weird to see yourself, to watch yourself on TV, right? When I'm going through all my YouTube apps, seeing what shows I want to watch, and then I saw some, my thumbnail on there, my beautiful thumbnail that you all know that JD helped me design, right? You can see, sorry, that JD helped me design, and then Gypsy, Linda Kramer, made these stickers for me a couple years ago, right? It's been 2 years now. And yeah, and then JD helped put this together, helped me put this design, this thumbnail, right? So this is when I turn the TV on, this is what I see. And then I can see how many people viewed my show too. So I watched like half of it. And I really thought this whole theme here, because I made my notes, that I love my couch, the staging area here. I thought it looked pretty good. I was laughing at myself, because you got to laugh at yourself, right? So with all my, and that people look at that with all my little stuffed animals, my little animals that I introduce every week or whatever. The show is all about, just getting comfortable, right? Just like when you were kids, we all had our favorite stuffed animals when we were kids. And I thought, with a treehouse, sometimes we'd, bring our favorite stuffed animal up in the treehouse and just hang out, and talk or whatever. And that's what this show is about. The theme, Lindy's Treehouse, is everybody gets together and we just talk about, happy things or talk about life, but in a positive way, right? And because I don't want anybody leaving the show feeling all bummed out, like, dang, I'm so sad now since I watched Paramount USA show. So I keep it very, light and happy. That's what the show's about, right? Because life isn't always rainbows and what do we call it? Rainbows and unicorns, right? But if you can come here at least once a week, and even Robert said sometimes he'll watch my show later and he feels like it's so comforting for him, he said, just to see me, watch my live stream. And he said it's just like when he was a little kid, watching TV. That's what he told me. And he said that he really enjoys watching my show. It just makes him feel safe. And I really love that. That's what my son said. That's what Robert said. Robert from paraglidingtalk.com. He gave me all those stickers. Oh, another note, Scooby and Munchkin, did you get your package? Put yes or no if you got my package. Because remember I told you I sent out packages last Friday. So let me know in the chat if you got your package. Because JD got her koozie. She told me I got her koozie. And Rachel, my little my fitness gal, I sent her a koozie, and she should be getting hers any day now. And who else? Because I looked down here. Let's see. It was last week. Oh yeah, Greg Laney. Greg Laney got a paragliding talk sticker. Yes. And it says, yes, thank you. Oh, good. Yay. I'm so happy that everybody, I know I appreciate your patience too. I know it took forever to get those out. I know I showed you t-shirts last week, but it's going to be a minute before I get, uh, giveaway t-shirts or whatever. But I'll keep them around, and we'll figure it out. And I got nothing but time, to send them out or whatever. But let's see. So I'm going through my book here, and we've got Scooby, Mr. Bill, Will Fly in the House, Munchkin. So I got to write Munchkin. And I'm glad that you guys got your package. They got their socks on the Spinny Winnie, and enjoy the heck out of those. Okay, so fun. So I guess we're gonna get started. I've got so many things going on here, and I want to just kind of keep it going, and then I'll introduce you to all my my mascots. Anybody who's never watched my show before, like I said, this is Lindy's Treehouse, and this is my comfy couch, and I share my comfy couch with you, right? And with all my little mascots. So, okay, hello, welcome home to Lindy's Treehouse. The little perch in the treetops is all about good conversations, big laughs, and feeling like you belong. New friends, old friends, lurkers, chatters alike. I'm so happy you're here. Let's make this stream unforgettable. So, just like that song, right? Unforgettable, yes you are. That's an old song, huh? That's an old song. So I got I got to write. Oh, here I have to go over here. I'm messing with my book here. I'm getting organized. So, and I can't say organized is my middle name, but yeah. So I got on my bike today. I always go on my bike and do my miles, and I did pretty good today. I thought I did really good. And okay, so we're going to keep this out because if somebody else jumps in the chat, welcome. And I can't wait to get. I'm going to get my eyes checked again and next month, and I don't know. Has anybody in there getting ever got cataracts or know anybody that got cataract surgery or anything? I'm seriously, I don't even know if my insurance would cover it, but I have bifocals on, and still when I look at my computer, when I'm looking at the computer, it's blurry. I'm trying to read the chat and it's blurry, but maybe because it's sitting on the coffee table, it's harder to see. I'm saving up for a couple bar stools for my island, and the bar stools aren't cheap either. So I have to measure, I'll have to measure to see what size bar stools and all that. But that's the next thing I want to get. So this way, maybe I can move the show. I'll probably still keep it on at my show at the couch because I like my backdrop. Because that's my newest picture. Scooby, do you see my other picture behind me? And it looks straight, right? Because it's for Earth Day. And then the one behind my head is that's my lighthouse picture I showed you last week that I did. So I'm really having fun with it. I'm really having fun with it, with my backdrop and everything. But I'm going to introduce my newest mascot for Lighthouse Day. That's right. Yeah, that's going to stay up there. I love that because I love lighthouses. But Monday, it was Leslie, my daughter-in-law's birthday. So me and the girls and Leslie, whatever, we went out to lunch. We had a girls' day for her birthday. And then we went thrift storing, right? Because I love the thrift stores. And look what, I'm always looking for new mascots, right? So when I go to thrift stores. So check this out. Look what I found at the thrift store. It's like a beanie. It's a beanie, like a beanie bag, right? A beanie, but it's a Pillsbury Doughboy. Look at him. How cute is he? He's really soft too. $2.50 at the thrift store. I mean, how cute is that, right? So Mr. Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah, he's my mascot of the night. Look at that. I was so excited when I found him. Seriously. His little butt. I mean, how can you not, right? We all grew up with Pillsbury. We all, yeah, isn't that cool? Will said, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we all grew up with the Pillsbury Doughboy, right? I was super stoked. I mean, it's the little things in life, right? It's the little things in life. So lo and behold, I read up on the Pillsbury Doughboy and some fun facts about the Pillsbury Doughboy because we all grew up with him, right? I mean, he's just, I can't get enough of him, right? The little bow tie and his little eyes, and he's got the little Pillsbury tag on him still. But yeah, so from now on, every time I'm out thrifting, right, I'm going to start collecting these, I guess. I'll call my little mascots, right? Because, we got Bob Evans. Anybody who's just watching now, Bob Evans the chicken. And then, of course, we always have Winnie the Pooh, because Winnie's very, Winnie's very positive about things. And we like to have Winnie be our mascot, right? He's always happy. And then I got, Joey Bear. We got Joey from the NASCAR days, right? Joey Logano. And because I worked for Home Depot for a long time. And then, baby Joey with his little cap, number 20. This could be baby Joey, or it could be the Tony Stewart, when Tony Stewart was driving too. So I've had these like forever. And then of course my other Home Depot bear, and I know I show all my little bears, but I put a hat on him today, and so he's all ready for summer. And how cute is he, right? And then he's got the Home Depot feet. You can see his feet. See his feet. How do I call it? Yeah, see the Home Depot feet. So yeah, so they all join me on the couch every week, and it's super fun, right? So the Pillsbury Doughboy, his first TV appearance was November 7th, 1965. And the Pillsbury Doughboy family came out in the 1970s. So his family was called, there was a Poppy Fresh, created in 1965. That was his girlfriend. So he had a girlfriend named Poppy Fresh. That's hilarious. And then Biscuit and Baby Dumpling came along. And then, of course, they had Grandpop and Grandma. So how cute is that? And it said he has appeared in over 600 commercials for 50 plus different Pillsbury products. So who does not love, right? Who does not love the Pillsbury Doughboy? Seriously, So I had to share that with y'all. I thought that was really cool. Very, very cool. And so I'm going to start reading this, and then we're going to get on to Earth Day things. Okay, we're going to talk Earth Day today. So fun. So I'm going to read this because, I always start out with my little quotes or things that, makes you think, makes you go, okay, all right. So I found this, and I thought this was really appropriate for Earth Day. So go ahead and put flowers in the chat if you want. I appreciate everybody here tonight. I'm Paramount USA near Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and also the notification so you don't miss a show. That's a lot to say, a lot to remember. But I'm getting it down, aren't I? I've come a long way, baby. Just like that commercial, right? You come a long way, baby. All right, so here we go. I'm going to read this. It's called Help the Earth, okay? Help the Earth. And that's why I'm all dressed up for the earth. I got all the earthy color beads. I've got these beads here that have little peace signs on them, little peace sign beads. So cute. So I got all that, if you can see, because I'm just a silly girl that way. So help the earth. We're only borrowing the earth while we're here. We must hand it on to the next generation. Let's do what we can to improve it, or at least do as little damage as possible. Do the simple things. Recycle, join in community cleanups, try solar energy, walk, cycle, carpool, catch a bus, watch our oceans, protect the forest. The world is a fine place and worth fighting for. So there you go. There's my Help the Earth. That's my Help the Earth quote thingies or whatever for my Be Happy book. My Be Happy book. This is great. This has helped me for a couple years now, right? When I do my show. Yes. So much fun. So I'm grabbing all my notes because now we're moving along to this. Thank you, chatters, for joining me tonight. You know you're like family to me. I love everybody bunches. And like I said, I was talking about my eyesight. And so I'll get my eyes checked again, get my glasses adjusted or whatever. And then I like that peace sign, Fire Bill. It's great getting older, isn't it? Isn't it great? Not really, but I'm blessed. I am blessed. I figure at almost 71 years old, I'm doing pretty dang good. Not many people do YouTubers, live streams at my age, right? So it's pretty fun. And I do it for you guys. I do it for me, like I tell you every week, but I do it for you. Do it for you. Yes, for you. Yes. So sit back and relax. So we're going to talk about, it's called Who Said That? So this is a game, kind of a cool little game, okay? And then you can put in the chat, who said that, right? So it's sayings that people said, maybe from a movie or whatever. I thought I would change up a little bit. And then we will get into the Earth Day. We'll talk about Earth Day things, okay? Will Fly was timed out by Scuba Vapes for 86. Why did you time him out? Why did you time out? Will Fly was timed out by Scuba. Why did you time out Will Fly for 86K seconds? I don't know about that. Fire Bill says Will Fly was timed out by Scuba for 86 seconds. What the heck? I didn't touch it. I didn't do it. What? I don't even have bots on here. I don't have bots or anything. Will Fly didn't do anything wrong. What? Dumb. Why my phone is flipping? Oh, Scuba. I don't know. I don't know why my phone is flipping out. How do I get Will back? Got to get Will back on. Fire Bill says I don't see that. Will Fly, are you still on there? What the heck? What is going on here? Yeah, I didn't touch it. I don't see that, he said. Do you still say let me see. click on Will's name and remove timeout. Okay. What the heck? Where is it? Where is Will Fly? Click on Will Fly. What's this? What's this? Delete comment, put in timeout. No, no, I don't want to put him in timeout. Show. There we go. Okay, I think he's back now. I put him on there to show. So I click on Will's name because it doesn't show me how, it doesn't say anything on my end that he's on timeout. When I click on the three dots, it doesn't, I have him on right now and I can see him in the blue. It says Will Fly. Will, let me see, can anybody see Will Fly in the chat? Let's see. New comments. All right, let's see. New comments. Scuba, I'm sorry, Will, I didn't try to. This is all crazy. Let me see. What's this? Share. No, I don't want that. No. No. Now what did I do? Oh boy. No, I don't want to do that. I got to get everybody back. What's this? There we go. I got to get everybody back. No, in YouTube, all you did was show his comment on StreamYard. I don't know how to fix that. It doesn't give me an option. Let me see. Scuba Vapes. Wait. Poor Will. How'd that happen? I gotta find Will. Now I can't. Maybe I have to do it from my phone. Maybe I have to do it from my phone. I timed him out 24 hours. What? I'm looking on the phone right now. Yeah, it says message deleted by Scuba Vapes. View delete. Okay, hold on. View deleted message. Okay. I'm looking on my phone. Oh, gosh. See, when I click on Will's name, no, I don't want to. I want him to be on here. Let me see. See if he, I'm going to just put hi, Will Fly. Flower Bill said, it happens. I blocked John Wayne one time, not on purpose. It doesn't even give me an option to fix it. We can hear Will holler. Poor Will. Ah, jeez. I don't have any way to fix that. And I'm a moderator too. New comment. Okay. What's this? We can hear Will hollering. Right. Does it have removed timeout? Nope. Nope. When I click it on the phone, it doesn't have timeout, remove timeout. No. Nope. No, because let me see here. I don't know. Maybe you could Google it or something. See how I get him back. My phone was next to my leg. I guess I clicked stuff without me knowing. See, I can pull Will Fly on here. Will Fly. Okay. And all it says is pin message, report, remove. No, I don't want to remove him. Oh, wait. Let's see. Go to channel. Hide user on this. No. Put user in timeout. No. I could add him as a moderator. Should I do that? Poor people watching are like, and be like, what is going on? Add as a moderator. Let me try that. Should I do that? He can see but not chat. Let me see if I can add him as a moderator, because it doesn't give me any option here. I scroll down, it says channel activity, go to channel, add moderator, put user in timeout, hide user on the channel. I don't want to hide him. I want to get him back. Do I go to channel? That might take off the timeout. He can see, but not the chat. Okay, I'm going to add him as a moderator, see what happens. What's one more moderator, right? Add as moderator. Okay. Standard moderator, right? Yes. Can review and remove chat messages and hide and put users in timeout. Yes. Okay. Will Fly is now standard moderator for your channel. Okay, Will Fly, you should be good. It says he's a moderator now. Can you get in the chat now? Because I add him as a moderator. So Will Fly, you should be okay. Let me see. See if we get this. Okay. Yeah, I added him. He's a moderator now. It said Will Fly's a moderator. So maybe we're okay. Let's see if we can get him back. Let me see. Flyer Bill says, what show number is this? 95. 95, right? I put show 95. Yes, show 95. That's what it is. Yes. So Will Fly, you should be able to, I made you moderator, so you should be back. You should be back now. Let's see, what's it say? Sorry I'm late again, was flying, should have stayed on the ground. Oh, John. Hi, Cowboy. Sorry I'm late again, was flying, should have stayed on the ground, almost blew me to Bill H's house. Oh, Lordy. Welcome, Cowboy. Welcome, welcome. Well, I made Will Fly moderator so I could get him back in the chat. Are you back? It's a stupid that you can't remove timeout. Well, he's a moderator now, so he should be able to put him, Will Fly should be able to put himself back in, right? Scuba? Maybe? Right? Scuba, I should bring you into the studio. I should bring you in the studio. I did that last time. It was pretty easy. Yeah, poor Will Fly. I made her a moderator. So he should be okay now. He should be okay. But I don't see him in the chat yet. Let's see. Scuba says, you would think. Yeah. Yeah, because I made him, it said in there when I went back in there, it says Will Fly is now a moderator. I don't know. It won't. Let's see. It says Flyer Bill, he could be busy with his wiener puppies. Yeah, maybe. He's probably got mad. I would be mad. Great Laney. Hey, Scuba Vapes, Flyer Bill, Johnny saying hi to everybody. Just got off the phone with my brother. All right, Greg. We're just trying to work out some things here. Scuba accidentally hit something on his phone and gave Will Fly. Will Fly got like a timeout, but I'm trying to change it. I changed it to make Will Fly a moderator, and it's not letting him in. He can hear the show, but he can't comment, apparently. Scuba, you're fired. You're fired, Scuba. That's it. And you said that you did that let's see. John says, timed out Bill once years ago. Oh, I timed out. Okay. Wow, this is crazy. Poor Will. Well, when Will comes back, let's see. Unhide Will Fly. It won't let me. Can you unhide him, Scuba? Scuba, go on your phone and then you scroll down. Yeah, look it up. Look it up. I bet you can unhide him because you did that. My phone did it. Jeez. I know it did. See, this is the perks of live streaming. You never know what's going to happen, right? You never know. Things go wackadoodle. Things go to wackadoodle sometimes on the show, right? Nothing goes like super smooth all the time. So it's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get this done. Greg Laney said, I watch these HTV shows where people win the lottery, and I think to myself, that's nothing. I know Scuba Steve, and he won a paramotor engine, and he's the luckiest lottery winner I know. Exactly. Well, Greg Laney, because you just jumped in, Scooby's phone, accidentally, he bumped his phone and he ended up blocking Will Fly. So Scooby's trying to figure out how to get Will Fly back into the chat again. So so that's what's going on right now. So I made Will Fly moderator. So hopefully Scooby can figure it out on his end. But I had to get on my phone on the chat, scroll down all the way down, and then it would say remove, add as moderator and all that one part when you on your phone. And that's how I made him moderator. I couldn't do anything from the laptop, but I could do it from my phone. So anyway, so I was going to play this game called Who Said That? And kind of waiting for see if Scooby can get Will Fly back in. It happens, And I know my family's listening, and it's all good. Quick, let's talk trash about Will Fly while he's blocked. Craig Laney. Lovely. That's all we need, right? Oh my gosh. That's funny. See, I have to look here, and I got to slide this up so I can, YouTube keeps changing stuff too. We'll get Will Fly back. We will. Scooby's trying to figure it out. Scooby. In case it happens again, right? We get Will Fly back. But it wouldn't let me do anything except add him as a moderator. Okay. Do this Linda, on your phone. What? Okay, so he's going to do this on your phone. Okay. Actually, I think we're all maxed out paradrama this week. Yeah, we're not even going to go there on that. I am totally staying away from that. Nope. I am staying far away. Type that. Type what? Oh, type. What am I typing? Oh, okay, I got to scroll back. Oh. What's that line? You ban at will fly? Excuse me. Okay. I'll try it. Let me see. Let me see. Is it a line? Oh, unban. Okay. Ban. Oh. Unban at unban what? Oops. Okay, let me see. Unban at will fly. I'm looking. Let's see. Unban it will fly. You need what? You need a space before at. Okay. Sorry, peeps. Oh my gosh. They write it down how you got it. Slash unban it will fly. Okay. I have to space it. Gosh, this is terrible. Let's see. Oops. No, I want that. So that space unban at will fly. I did space it, didn't I? What's he saying? The space it. Let me see. Oh shit. Oh no. My comments are going crazy. Unban it will fly. That's what I'm doing. What do you got here? See, even Greg. It says I don't type exactly like I did. You need a space before the at. Okay. Got it. All right. Unban. Space. At. Oh, unban. It's not working. It's not working. Will said don't worry about it right now. Unban it, will fly. No, you didn't. What? Greg Lanning, urban unban space at will fly. Space at will fly. With the line. Oh my gosh. Okay. Unban. Gosh. Okay, hold on. Remove. It's so confusing. Why is it so confusing? People are going to be dropping out of here. My viewers are going to be like, come on, it's not that long. Okay. Okay. All right. Slash. So it says, what's it say here? Unban at will fly. Okay. Slash unban space at will fly. It's not doing anything. I don't know. Yes? Okay, that's right. All right. You think we got Will Fly back? Will said not to worry about it. Okay. Will, can you chat now? Will's listening. He's listening. Hello, everybody, my viewers, my watchers, my lurkers. Hey, you never know, like I said, this is live, okay? This is YouTube live. And you never know what's going to happen. You never know. And that's why not everybody does live stream shows, okay? That's why. That's why. Will Fly said no. He said he can't see it. He just messaged me. Green Lady says Will Fly is probably headed out to the cookout at DQ, just guessing. I don't know how, I don't know how to get him back on here for the night. I think next week he'll be fine. You know, I think I know it's funny, huh? I want to do my little thing here. Who said that? Scuba says, okay, I will watch another video. YouTube sucks. Or are you leaving me? Are you leaving the chat? Are you? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, he's trying to figure it out now. Okay, Scooby. All right. Okay. So, what time is it anyway? It's just a little after 9 Eastern Standard Time, right? Oh my gosh, the coffee kicked in, and Scooby's trying to figure out how to get Will back in the chat. It happens. His foot or his leg or something hit the phone, and it hit something on the YouTube thing, and timed out Will Fly. So, yeah, Will Fly will be a moderator next week. So we'll see. Scuba's trying to figure it out. All right. So you guys want to play Who Said That? And then we'll get into the into my it's so appropriate, right? Lindy's Treehouse and it's Earth Day to do this or whatever. But we're gonna have people answer in the chat who did that. Okay? Who said that? Okay. All right, you ready? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Smell as sweet. Who said that? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Who said that? Okay. So I'm going through, and it's called Who Said That? And it's all different things that people say. Could be from a movie, movie character, whatever. So what do you think? What is it? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Who said that? What famous person said that? Put in the chat if you guess it. And then I'll tell you what it is. I want to do something a little different tonight. Well, Greg Laney says, I know the quote, but not the attribution. The attribution. I know I didn't know that either. I didn't know who said it either. If nobody can think of it, who said that, I will tell you who said that. Nope, not Eddie Murphy. Nope. In fact, when I tell you who said it, you'll be like, dang, I never knew that. You'll be surprised when you find out who said it. Because if you were in school, we had to study this dude that said this. Okay. It goes way back. We had to study. He wrote lots of books. All right, I'll tell you what it is, because we don't have all night, right? William Shakespeare said, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Scooby said, oh gosh, what? Scooby says, click on my username using your phone and change to managing moderator so I can fix this. Okay, click on my username using your phone and change to managing moderator so I can fix this. Okay. Click on this, Scuba Vapes. Okay, managing moderator. I don't want to remove you as standard moderator. What's it say? Change me to managing moderator. Okay, so it says remove as standard moderator. So I have to move you to managing moderator. Okay. All right. Move as standard moderator. And then, wait. Okay, so now I got to go Scuba Vapes. Let's go back. Add as moderator. Okay, managing. Okay. There we go. It says you're now managing moderator. Sure, remove me, then add me as managing. Okay, Scuba. Thought I did that. Scuba says, okay. Yeah, you are managing moderator now. There you go. Okay, there you go. That's what, yeah, you're a managing moderator now. That's what I did. Remove me, then add as managing. Okay. He said, give me a minute. Are we having fun? Are we having fun? I'm going cuckoo mungas here. Wackadoodle. The last time I moved at Scuba Babes to manage moderator, I won't get into the details, but let's just say that I now live in a van down by the river. Craig Lanny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I know I have to go down here like this and read because I'm blind. Yes. It's almost easier to read on my phone, read all the comments. So I'm having fun with this. I am. While Scuba's trying to figure it out. Yes. Okay. All right. Here's the next one. Number 2. Who said that? All that glitters is not gold. Who said that? All that glitters is not gold. Who said that? What famous person said, all that glitters is not gold? Who knows? Who knows? Anybody? Anybody in the chat know? I'm glad to see that Cowboy's back up in the air again. That means his ticker's been working overtime. So that's good. I'm really happy about that. We'll fly. Scooby's working on it to get you back in the chat. And then when you do get back in, you'll be a moderator then. But we have to get you back in there. No, not Roy Rogers. Scuba says, oh no, unban at Will Fly again. Do I have to put that in there again? / unban space at Will Fly. Scuba says, yeah, but these videos, yeah, he's looking at videos, trying to figure out. No. Okay. All right. All right. So the answer to all that glitters is not gold is William Shakespeare. Another one from William Shakespeare. All that glitters is not gold. I didn't know that. That's why I thought I looked this up and said, who said that? I was Googling, like, what am I going to talk about tonight? How are we going to do this? And then, yeah, and then I saw this whole thing. I wrote down all my freaky notes. Who says that? Who said that? Right? Right. Okay. So number 3. Okay. Who said that? All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. Who said that? Greg Laney says, my third answer is William Shakespeare. Yes. Greg Laney says, another Billy, yes, I didn't know who said that. Yes. So William Shakespeare, that's another one. William Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage and all men and women are merely players. So, I think in high school I had to study William Shakespeare, right? Yeah. So, okay, so we're going to go to number 4. This is an easy one. Okay. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Who said that? John said today's Shakespeare's birthday. And I don't know. Is it? Could be. Little trivia here. Mr. Shakespeare's birthday. He's umpteen trillion years old or whatever. Yeah, all the world's a state. No. Ask not what your country can do for you or what you can do for your country. John F. Kennedy, that's right. John Kennedy, he said that. Good answer. But Will Fly's listening. I know he's listening. I know we'll figure it out. But you're going to be you're a moderator come next week if we can get this fixed. Yes, because it's not letting me do anything on my end. Okay, the number 5. There was a whole bunch of these. I had fun with this today. Okay, who said that? 80% 80% of success is showing up. Who said, what famous person said that? Right? 80% of success is showing up. Who said that? Anybody can put in the chat. We'll see who says that. I'm playing with my beads. See, the Earth Day beads. All the colors of the earth. My beads. Can anybody guess? Who said that? 80% of success is showing up. You'll never guess who said this. You will never guess. Woody Allen. Woody Allen said that. 80% of success is showing up. Woody Allen. Who would have known, right? Greg Lane says Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that was Woody Allen said that. That's what it said. Woody Allen. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next one. Elementary, my dear Watson. Who said that? What famous person said that? Character. Famous character. Elementary, my dear Watson. Does anybody know who said that? Can you guess? And John says Holmes. Yes, Sherlock Holmes. Cowboy got it first. Ding, 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 ding. For 10 points. Yes. Good job. Yeah, Cowboy got it right away. Yep. All right. You ready for the next one? This is kind of fun. I had to change it up tonight. And then Scooby really changed it up tonight with Will Fly. But it happens, you know. I can't be mad at Scooby. How can I be mad at Scooby? You know, it happens. And I think I remember one time when I was on Robert's show, somebody timed me out. Maybe it was Robert when I was in the chat on Paragliding Talk. I remember I was really upset. Can anybody see me? Can't you see me? Nobody can see me. Okay. So I know the feeling. Okay, number 7. This is easy. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. We all know who said that. And what movie? What movie was that from? Yes. Yeah, it was Robert. I remembered he said. Will Fly says, oh, I'm trying to see, Will Fly's messaging me, and he's trying to answer this in the messenger, and it's hard to see it when I'm like got my phone going here and stuff. But Will Fly's trying to answer it too. Casablanca, nope. Really, you guys don't know? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Nobody knows? Do you know who said that? In what movie? Yes, John. Ding, 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 ding. John is kicking butt on this show. He is kicking butt on this game. Yes. Yes, it is. It's Rhett Butler from Gone with the Wind. And then this is my favorite. At the very end of Gone with the Wind, I would love to see that movie again. And I don't know, is it still out? I'd probably have to pay for it to see it on TV, right? But I used to have the book, the Gone with the Wind book, and it was like this thick. And I used to, my friends and I swear we went to the movie theater and watched it like 3 times. I didn't know when that movie came out. Can somebody Google it? Can you Google it and tell me when Gone with the Wind, when it came out? Somebody Google it real quick for me. Find out when it came out. I was just a teenager, I think. Maybe I was a junior high or something. But I remember we went to the movies. I saw it at the movies, Gone with the Wind. And then it was on TV a couple times after that. John says 1935. But when did it come out? No, when did it come out, like, to the movies, like to the theaters? You know? I'm trying to think when they brought it to the theaters, because I was just a young girl or whatever. But I wasn't born yet. 1935. I wasn't born yet. But yeah, and then the next one is the very last part of the very last Will Fly said 1939. The very last one, the last part of Gone with the Wind, right? Scuba says, I give up, these videos show nothing. All right. Greg Laney, 1892, they're actually, foresaw the World War coming. Okay, see, I like this trivia in here. But everybody is, this is cool. And Will Fly, he's listening, okay, because he messages me and he's answering in the messenger or whatever. So he is watching it. And we'll get you back in next week, Will Fly. You should be fine next week, and you'll be a moderator. So this won't happen. This won't happen again, right? Okay, so the next one, she said, as God is my witness, I will never go hungry again. Remember at the very end of the movie, it was so good. And I think, Rhett was on the butler. He was on the stairway or whatever. And she was like laying at the end of the stairs. And then she said, yeah. Look, it was 1939 that movie came out. Wow. So it was probably in the 60s or 60s, I guess, late 60s that I watched it at the movies. And John said Scarlett. Yeah, Scarlett O'Hara. Yes. I love that movie. And all the dresses, the pretty dresses when they had that ball or the dance and all this stuff. Such a classic movie, such a classic movie. They don't make movies like they used to, right? Oh my gosh. Like I said, John Cowboy, I'm glad that you're in the chat tonight. I'm glad you're doing good. And that ticker's working. Because that's what we want. All right, you guys want me to keep going here for a more trivia question here? Okay, number 9. Genius. Okay, so we go, who said that? All right. So genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Who said that? Does anybody know who said that? And you know what? I would have to look this up again because I forgot to put the answer. And who said that? So whatever you guys think who said that, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So I forgot to write who it was that said that. Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. Frankly, Nina, I don't give a damn. That's right. That's right. As God is my witness, I will never go hungry again. Remember, she was laying on the bottom of the steps, I think, or whatever. And she had dirt all over her face and stuff. Or maybe she was outside. I don't know. But she was a pretty lady. She's a very pretty lady. So the Old Spice marketer, maybe. Yeah, they could be right, Greg Laney, because I didn't write the answer. I didn't write who it was. Who that person was that said this, because I forgot to write it down. So participation. Participation, I thought it said genius 1% inspiration and 90% perspiration. I thought it said perspiration. Participation. Oh, maybe that's what I wanted to say. What did I say? Perspiration? Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even read my writing. It's participation and perspiration. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe. Okay. That's pretty funny. I crack myself up. I know I do. So come on in, everybody. If you're watching, you're all watching from home, obviously. My lurkers, my viewers, my subscribers. I appreciate every one of you, really, for hanging with us tonight. Even though I don't see you in the chat, I know that you're lurking because I got my lurkers out there. All right, here's the next one. Who said that? Now, you guys, this is so easy. Who said that? Go ahead, make my day. What was his name? What was his character name in the movie? Right? What was his name? What was the name of the movie? Go ahead, make my day. And what was the character's name in the movie? This movie. You can put it in the chat. Not Dirty Harry Potter. Go ahead, make my day. What did he put in there? Harry Edison. No, this was somebody, remember it was in a movie. And he said, go ahead, make my day. The Clint Eastwood movie. And his name was Harry. That's right. Greg's got it. Greg got it. And his name was Harry Callahan in the movie. He was the character, Clint Eastwood. Yes. Go ahead, make my day. What was the name? Oh, Dirty Harry. Yes. Okay, we're going to go on to the next one. Who said that? He travels the fastest. He who travels the fastest, who travels alone. He travels the fastest, who travels alone. That makes sense? I don't even know who this person is. He travels the fastest, who travels alone. That's another saying. Scooby, thanks for trying to figure that out. Trying to fix it. I appreciate it. I can't do anything for my end. I can't get into the videos right now or whatever. I'm sure it'll be fixed next week because I made Will Fly moderator, so we should be okay. So let's see. Yeah, so he travels the fastest. So that's Rudyard Kipling is the Rudyard Kipling, whoever Rudyard is, I have no idea. Captain Chaos from Cannonball Run. Yeah, is that who Rudyard Kipling is? That's who that is. I don't know. I'm just reading these, and I don't even know how half these people are or whatever. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Ooh, that's a good one. Who said that? Does anybody know who said that? What famous person? I guess he was famous. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Do you guys know who it was? Do you know who said that? Yeah, Scuba said they should make it easier. Yeah. My ex. Yeah. There you go. Will Fire Bill said my ex. Yeah. That's funny. Actually, the guy's name is William Congreve. William Congreve said that. Whoever William Congreve is, I have no idea. I would have to research back into that to find out who that was. Greg Laney, question mark. Oh my God, that's so funny. That was so funny. Okay, here's another one. Who said this one? He was a character. Here's looking at you, kid. Here's looking at you, kid. Who said that? It was a character in a movie. Here's looking at you, kid. Do you remember who said that? Who said that? Here's looking at you, kid. Rick Blaine. Rick Blaine said that. Rick Blaine character. Okay, we're going to keep going through these. And the next one is, you guys will know what this is. Houston, we have a problem. What famous character said that? And what movie was it? Houston, we have a problem. Bogey at 6:00. Humphrey Bogart. Yeah, you're right. Here's looking at you, kid. That's right. Greg Laney got it. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Humphrey Bogart. He was like the heartthrob to all the women back then, right? Yeah, he was like the dreamy. He was dreamy. Greg Laney says, me every time I try to land my paramotor. Boogie. 6 o'clock. Okay, yeah, Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, no doubt, right? Greg, you're so funny. You are hilarious. Alan Shepard, Flyer Bill says. Okay, we're gonna go on the next one. Here we go. If you want, this is good. I hope Munchkin's listening because she will agree with me, and you'll find out who said this. And it was a woman that said this too. If you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. Ow! Ow! Whoa. That's pretty deep. Yeah. If you want something said, ask a man. And if you want something done, ask a woman. Boom. That's right. What do you think of that? Yeah. What do you think of that? Margaret Thatcher said that. Yes. Good old Miss Margaret Thatcher. She said that. If you want something done, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. And that is so true. So true. That's pretty funny. I have to say that's funny. Okay. Life is like who said that? Life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Who said that? Life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein said it. Albert Einstein said it. And last but not least, whatever you are, be a good one. Who said that? Whatever you are, be a good one. Who do you think said that? That's the last one on this. Whatever you are, be a good one. Does anybody know who said that? In the chat? The chatters? I really appreciate you guys hanging with me tonight in the chat. I really do. I have so much fun. And it's okay, Scooby. I'm not mad at you. It happens. Like I said, I remember Robert did that to me, timed me out accidentally on his show. And maybe it wasn't accidental. Firebill says, I don't know. Okay, whatever you are, be a good one. Abraham Lincoln said that. Abraham Lincoln. Interesting, right? Interesting. Well, what do you think? This was fun, right? This was really fun. And we're in the last half hour here. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Wait, I thought it was done. I got one more. Okay. I got one more. Who said that? Okay. Here we go. This is the last one. All right. You can fool all of the people some of the time and some people all the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. That's a real old saying. So I'll give you a hint. It was one of our presidents of the United States said that. One of our early presidents said that. So who do you think said that? You can fool all of the people some of the time and some people all the time, but you can't fool all of the people all the time. Does anybody know? Anybody know who said that? It's a president. It was a president back in the day. Tom Jeff. It was a president like way back. Yes, it goes way back. It's actually Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said that. So there you go. There is your who said that. That was kind of fun, right? I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Because it is Earth Day, we're getting back to Earth Day, and I hope I didn't lose a lot of people there and my viewers and stuff. But who said that? I thought that's kind of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, right? I wanted to change it up. And like I said, live streaming is not for the faint of heart, right? Because things happen. Things happen. So, but I'm super happy. And I think Molly, she went and laid down somewhere else. She's mad at me because it's her dinner time and all that stuff. Do you guys, let's see. Do you want to do some more of the Earth Day? Talk about the Earth Day? Because I was going to give some fun facts about, since we're on Earth Day, ladybugs. Ladybugs, right? Who doesn't like ladybugs? Fun ladybug facts, because it is Earth Day, right? So, did you know that there are over 5,000 species worldwide, often featuring in red, orange, or yellow colors with red, orange, or yellow colors with dark spots that warn predators of their bitter taste. And they hibernate in groups during the winter and can live up to 2 years. I remember when I lived in my other apartment, come springtime or whatever, because there was so many trees around me, right? When I was in my other apartment, and I used to get ladybugs. Yeah. 4 or 5 of them at a time, be like on the ceiling. And I think the ladybugs are they're like beetles, little beetles, And I didn't want those suckers flying in my hair at night, because they fly. You know what I mean? When you go, if you touch them, whatever, they fly. So that's one thing I don't miss in that apartment is those Will Fly he's still answering the questions and who said that. Yeah, we moved on to what did we move on to? Okay, Earth Day stuff, right? So we're talking about ladybugs. And some of the facts about the ladybugs, I have no idea, right? And I don't know if you guys put in the chat. John says we would get hundreds of we would get hundreds of them in our house in Huntsville. Real problem. Yeah. The last couple years, they were getting worse. I mean, it was in my bedroom because, I would have my AC unit in there, the window AC, and I still had it all taped and sealed off and everything. And those ladybugs would still get into into my apartment. Yeah, it was, I didn't like them. So did you know that ladybugs are beetles, not true bugs? They are more accurately called lady beetles. Remember I was saying they're beetles, or ladybird beetles. So I'm not a big fan of ladybugs. I used to think when you're kids and you go outside, like, look at it, and a ladybug would land on your finger, and you'd be like, oh, it's so cute, look at that ladybug. But now when they started wanting to move into my apartment, then they weren't cute anymore, right? They weren't cute. No. I was I was smashing those things. It was terrible. Oh my gosh. It says they are good pest control. Adults and the larvae eat the bad bugs that are eating the plants, mites and scale insects, making them highly valued by gardeners. So they need, that's good. The ladybugs are doing their jobs in the garden. They need to stay in the garden, right? Not in my house, in my apartment. Yeah. So they're good at keeping the bad bugs away, the ones that are destroying the plants that eat when you find little holes in the leaves and stuff on your tomato plants, whatever, it's those aphids that are doing that, right? And so there's another thing too. These ladybugs, when they're threatened, they release a foul-smelling yellow toxic fluid from their leg joints to deter predators like birds. Never had, and so I have to say, I've never had a ladybug fart on me, okay? I'm just saying, because they said if they feel threatened, they let out something. But I've never had a ladybug fart on me, so I'm just saying it's yeah. I really am not a fan of ladybugs. They should stay in the garden. Just like John said, they are a nuisance. They would be a nuisance in the apartment. I had them, I would get like 5 of them. First I'd see one. Oh, how cute. Look at that ladybug. Oh, look at them on the window. Oh. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing 3 and 4, popping up. I'm like, where are they coming from? I know I had trees, but not like right next to my house, But yeah, it's so crazy. So the ladybugs actually have 7 spots, the most common type. They have black spotted or striped shells, and they have an antenna to smell and taste, and they chew from side to side. I've never got that close to a ladybug that watch them chew. Greg Lang says, if she releases that discharge, is she a true ladybug? Truly a ladybug. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've never had, like I said, I've had them land on my finger, and you're little kids and you're playing outside and the little ladybug comes, lands on your finger, but I've never had them fart on my finger. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's so weird. They're weird. But they said they smell and taste and they chew from side to side. I've never seen a ladybug chew, so I don't know. It's so weird. It's so funny. See, it's the little things in life crack me up. That's why I do this show, right? Because we're all in the treehouse and we're talking about ladybugs. And just picture us in the treehouse all sitting around, and ladybugs are kind of landing in different places, in the treehouse while we're in there. So, or land on my head or my hair or something. So, it says that they hibernate during winter, and then they hibernate in large, warm colonies under rocks, in bark, or inside houses. So there you go. See, they hide in the trees or they hide in your house. Hey, there you go. I'd rather them hide in the trees or under a rock instead of coming in my bedroom, right? It's terrible. So, and this is kind of cool. This is an interesting fact. Space travelers, NASA. Okay, this is where our tax dollars went. Okay, in case you're wondering. All right, it says space travelers, NASA sent ladybugs into space to test how they eat ampids in zero gravity. So there you go. They sent ladybugs to space. Up in space. Yeah, that's where our tax dollars went. Yes, it says right here, space travel, NASA. Yep, sent the ladybugs into space. I can't imagine. And that's where their tax dollars went. I actually watched. I watched like Vegas Ready, Las Vegas stuff, on YouTube. And Vegas, the guy that walks around Vegas and he goes through all the casinos. And they were celebrating Earth Day, and there were some gals all set up with a canopy and all that, and they had jars of ladybugs, like all sitting on the table, and cookies made out of ladybugs, and planters made out of ladybugs, and oh my gosh, for reals. I saw this on TV today. But they were all set up for Earth Day selling jars of ladybugs. I don't think so. Can you imagine them taking those ladybugs back to the hotel and just opening up that jar just to be funny and just leaving? You don't think that didn't happen? And I wonder how much they charge for those ladybug jars. They're literally, if you watch Vegas Ready, you'll find it on there. And they're literally had, ladybugs in these jars that they were selling. It's like, what the heck? And even the girls were dressed up like ladybugs. I was like, good Lord. So kind of a fun fact there. And it says lady, or the word ladybug, origins from, I can't say it, the name from the Middle Ages, comes from the Middle Ages, okay? Origins, yes, lady origins, the name, I need Will Fly here. The name dates to the Middle Ages, referring to Our Lady, the Virgin Mary, as European farmers prayed to her to save their crops from the aphids. So the aphids were not plant friendly. Yes. So they used to pray over, I guess they, thought the ladybugs were, referring to like it was our the Lady, the Virgin Mary, right? And they would pray over their crops with the ladybugs. It's kind of weird. That's weird. So last but not least, ladybugs considered good luck because they protect crops from pests, a reputation dated back to the Middle Ages when European farmers saw them as divine gifts from the Virgin Mary. See? Yeah. And they are seen as positive omens, signaling prosperity and love and protection. I don't care how protective and loving the ladybugs are. I don't want them in my house. They need to stay out in the garden. You stay out and eat the bugs, the crop, take care of the crops, not come in my house. So how fun was that? Tell me in the chat, did you enjoy tonight? Please tell me yes. Please tell me yes. Because, so I was going to, what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to read the last thing, and then we're going to say goodnight. And just let me know, put ladybugs in the chat right now if you enjoyed the ladybug chats. And Greg Laney says, very enjoyable and informative. Thank you, Greg Laney. Thank you. Thank you. Because it was Earth Day, and I had to, Earth Day it up, right? Because I was like, what am I going to talk about? And then I found out it was Earth Day. And I'm like, why not? Put this on, and I put my hat on, and my Earth Day hat, and I wear my hat backwards so I could see what I'm doing. And put those ladybugs in there. Very cool. I was going to talk about the bumblebees, but no, because we did that one. I did a show on the bumblebees at one time, and I just thought the ladybugs was appropriate for, So make sure you hit the like button, okay? And everybody that's watching, I am Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know why my little windows, I can see me on the phone, but on my computer, it's all weird now because I think it's because I had to move stuff around, to look at the chat and everything else as I move my hands, man. I had fun tonight. And like I said, I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And I'm here every Thursday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification so you don't miss the show. And anybody that wants to join me in the studio during the, when I'm doing the show or before the show, whatever, just let me know. Say, hey, I want to hang out in the studio with you tonight. And I'll get you in here. We'll just hang out. Or if you know somebody wants to be a guest, bring them on. Let me know. And I'll get a hold of them, and I'll have them be a guest on the show. I'm trying to get Danny, Danny Williamson. I'm trying to get Danny Williams. Yeah, Danny. I'm trying to get him in the Williamson. I'm trying to get him to come and visit us again in the chat. So visit us again. You could be in the studio with me as a guest. So we'll see. I'm going to read this real quick, and then we're going to call it a night, peeps. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody. You're all awesome sauce. Scooby, don't worry about tonight. It's all good. I think by next week we'll have it all straightened out, and Will Fly will be a moderator. He's our new moderator. So now I got 2 moderators in the chat. So Scuba, you better watch out. I don't know if a moderator can block a moderator, but I hope not. The moderator wars, right? Instead of storage wars or moderator wars, that'd be entertaining. So here's some cute little sayings here to end the show, so you can take this with you. So don't forget, keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow, right? So if you keep your face to the sunshine, you can't see a shadow. And there is something indefinitely healing in the repeated refrains of nature, the assurance that down comes after night and spring after winter. So dawn comes after night and spring after winter. So there we go. So a huge thank you, as Molly wants to eat. She's trying to tell me it's time to call it a night. Negative, he should be good next week. If not, I will. Oh. Molly, she's ready to go. That was funny. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Yes. Thank you, everybody. I'm not going to get into it too much here because she's going to go bonkers on me. I really appreciate everybody that was in the chat tonight. And I'm going to feed Molly. She's hungry and all that stuff. And we're just going to call it a night. And Scuba Vapes is on tomorrow night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with his lovely wife Munchkin. So be sure to catch them tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Scuba Vapes, Scuba's Hangout, however you want to put it. And I will see y'all next week, next Thursday. And we have Pillsbury Doughboy join the team. So I'm really excited about that. So y'all have a great evening. I'm glad this was enjoyable and all that stuff. And you never know what's going to happen when you do a live show. So I'm going to go ahead and feed my kitty, and she's just like, Mom, we're way off schedule and all that stuff. She's so spoiled. So anyway, I'm going to say goodnight, and y'all have a great rest of your week. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow night on Scuba Vapes with his lovely wife, Munchkin, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe out there. Much love. Say your prayers. Jesus loves you. I love you. Much love, much love. And we're going to end the stream like right now because it's been quite the night. Because I got to clear out my couch here. I got to put all my little animals to bed now. So crazy. So night, everybody. Much love. Peace out, as Scooby says. Peace out. Peace out. How do you do it? Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. That's how we do it, like this. Boop, boop. Okay. I'm leaving now. Bye, everybody. And stream and end. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.